Welcome back, my magical friends. I am hopping in today because, well, the energies lately have been wicked intense. And I'm hearing from a lot of people that this is really hard to manage. And honestly, I'm finding it a little bit difficult myself. So if this is you, thanks for tuning in. um, and I made a little realization as I was sitting there contemplating what in the fuck is going on that, um, well, we have a full moon coming up, I believe, in 2 more days in Pisces. Hello, angel fish. Love you. This one's going to hit super hard for you too, doll. So beware. All right. Yeah, Sunday. Hello, Sarah, and hello, Taylor. So we're going to talk about this full moon in Pisces that's coming up because honestly, I'm having a really hard time navigating this bullshit myself. And there is some huge energies moving through. So those of you with even the tiniest bit of empathic ability are kind of getting kicked in the face with everybody else's bullshit. Our job right now is to not absorb that and start carrying around other people's baggage for them. And you can do that in a few different ways. We'll probably hop and check about that a little bit, but let's get into this full moon really quick. So full moons and water signs are intense, okay? That's right. We need to stay in our own lane. So right now, helping other people through this is not what you want to be doing. Right now, you need to make sure that your shit is staying afloat so that you don't get sucked down the drain like yesterday's bathwater, okay? The full moon is, I believe, 4:59 a.m. my time, which is Central Time, on the 10th, okay? So it's going to hit hard early in the morning. So don't be surprised if you wake up and you're feeling a little bit cunty. Okay? So it's going to be wicked emotional. Be prepared for that. Make sure you are staying grounded. Carry some obsidian on your person. If you're a woman, stick it on the left side of your bra. Okay? Right? Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes, definitely lots of naps and chocolate. That is a fact, Angel. Okay. So this full moon is really asking us to sort of take a step back from the reality that is happening right now and really look at what is going on. Okay. Things are being called to our attention because we need to look at them, process them, and release them because there's some really big energies coming in starting the first of the new year. Okay. 2023 is going to be huge, and we're being asked right now to set down all of that baggage that we've been carrying around for eternity. Okay. And if we're not able to do that, the universe is going to find ways to do it for us, whether we like it or not. Okay. So we can do this the easy way or we can do it the hard way, but it's ultimately our choice. All right. This full moon falling into that dreamy sort of Pisces energy is really bringing to the forefront that this is really the end of a chapter. Okay. Not just for each of us individually, but for all of us collectively as the human species. Okay. And you're seeing it all around you. Shit is hitting the fan all over the place. Our only job right now is to not get sucked into the false reality of fear. All right. And we talked about this, and I'm not going to go into it anymore, but that is exactly it, Angel. Sources telling us to shit or get off the pot. We're not being given the choice anymore to sweep it under the rug. We need to clear that shit out of our psyches. Otherwise, we're going to keep perpetuating the same thing that's always been. Okay. This is the hardest part of our manifestation cycles, is when shit starts going south right before it starts going good. Okay. This is when most people quit. And we're being really asked to push through this and not quit. No matter how shitty it looks, it's happening for our own good. All right. The fact that we just went through Virgo season, which is wicked, service oriented, has put a lot of us in a place where we felt the incessant urge to help other people through their shit. But right now you need to really turn inward and help yourself through your shit. Find those things that are being brought to your attention that are not working and make them work. No matter what that means, whether you have to leave a relationship or do couples counseling or leave a job or ask for a raise or go back to school or whatever it is that you need to do to get yourself back on that even keel, fucking do it. Okay. Because if you don't, you're not going to have anybody else to blame for the shitty position you're in once this new year starts. Okay. The full moon happens at 17 degrees. It's going to form a sextile with Uranus, which is at 18 degrees in Taurus. So we're feeling a little stubborn about this, okay? Normally, these two signs make a super cozy pair, and they're the ones that like to sit there and crank up the AC and crawl under a blanket and do some Netflix and chill. That is not happening right now, okay? Taurus is offering us this steady position to work through this Piscean energy and all those deeply felt emotions that we have not gone through, all those times we felt taken advantage of and we never said anything. You're going to say it, all right? And the thing about it is when we don't tell people we feel taken advantage of, they just take advantage more because they think it's okay, right? So what you allow is what is going to persist into the future of everything, okay? And we don't want to do that anymore. So even though this Piscean energy is normally super magical and filled with, fantasy life, right now it's not. It's going to be deeply emotional, and you're going to be forced to sift through that bag of trash you've been carting around forever and get rid of it because it has no place in your new existence, okay? We can't expect to level up while still carting around that garbage, right? Indeed, this is not about setting boundaries for other people. This is about establishing your own. And if you're not able to do that, you can't expect other people to not step on your toes, right? So get real solid in what it is that you need from yourself, from other people, and communicate that. Otherwise, you can't expect people to be mind readers, all right? Even if they are. So definitely look up how that's going to affect you in your own personal sign. but we're really being asked to balance our spirituality and our practicality right now. And sometimes finding that balance is super hard. We're doing that right before we go into Libra season, which is about balance. So the whole rest of this year is going to be solidifying what you make concrete right now. Full moons are about completion. Okay, so we're completing this process that we've been going through since, I want to say probably the end of April is when it really, really started hitting hard. Part of the reason why I've been a little bit MIA lately is, well, I got to take care of me too, guys. And even though I am trying my best to help all of you through your own stuff, I have my own stuff that I need to get through too. So that sometimes means I have to take a step back from doing this. And thank you for giving me the space to do that. Okay. I do appreciate it a ton. So enough talking. 11 minutes worth is probably enough. So much for a quick show, huh? Let's get a soul truth card. Let's see what our soul is really asking us at this moment. We'll get a focal point for today. And we got two, okay? So first, are you clear on what your soul really wants? Okay. Ask yourself what it is that you want. What is your heart craving? And then take one step in that direction. Even if it's just establishing that boundary within yourself, make sure you write it down. Okay. Writing down things is a really cathartic process. It's like speaking a spell into existence. Okay. And also be real careful about what it is that you're saying, especially out loud. And even more importantly, what you're saying to yourself in here. Okay. Which brings us to our next question. Are you being led by your practicality? Or are you being led by your self-love right now? Fox Mama, it's good to see you, Tabitha. I've missed you. In fact, I've missed all of you. It's good to be back. It's 6 a.m. for you, but it's like 8 a.m., 8:30 for me. Okay, so what is your soul asking you? Are you being stuck in your practical mind, or are you stepping outside of that box into your heart? Okay, we're being asked to be led by that sacred space. So have you opened it and cleaned it out? Is the real question. So, a good way to attune to this moon is to meditate. Meditate all the time. And I don't mean sitting there doing your ohms, okay? You can meditate while you're doing the dishes. Anything that you can do on autopilot and let your soul kind of wander is going to be really good for you right now. If you can do it while you're outside with your feet in the grass, even better. Or your feet in the sand at the beach, that would be even better. Right? Yeah, it is. We do sometimes need a push to get back right with ourselves. And the universe is pulling no punches right now. She is definitely feeling a little bit on the sharper side at the moment. She has zero patience for us and our shenanigans, and we're being asked to pull our head out of our ass or else, you know? Hey, Robin. And I'm seeing a lot of or else happening. So don't let that be you, okay? We've all been coming together for a really long time now, so there is no reason why we cannot join up collectively and send up that prayer in the universe that this is all happening for our highest good, okay? So balance that practicality with spirituality and see where it takes you. But try not to let people suck you into their drama, okay? This is not about confrontation. It's about setting boundaries, most especially with yourself. Because the universe is just going to give us more and more and more of what we expect. So if you expect your life to be shit, it's going to be shit times 10. Okay. But it starts with you and your own attitude, right? And I know for me personally, mine's been kind of shit lately. And I am going to be the first one to acknowledge that. I've been super emotional. And while I haven't been taking it out on other people, I have been taking it out on myself. And not giving myself the space to work through those things. So make sure you're giving yourself that space. And make sure if you need to talk about it with somebody that you're talking about it with somebody. Okay. See, I'm not usually affected by the retrograde planets for the simple fact I was born during a 6 retrograde period, including Mercury. So I actually have the opposite effect during the retrogrades. But this Piscean energy that's coming through, followed by that whole culmination during the Lionsgate portal last month, has been intense. And you're seeing it everywhere. I mean, just turn on the TV for 5 seconds and see all the bullshit that's going on there, you know? But the thing about it is when the tower falls, you have to look at it and figure out what pieces can still be used and which ones need to be tossed in the dumpster. Okay. Hello that way. Because if you don't, well, the universe is just going to scoop up all the bullshit that fell and rebuild a mediocre tower again. It's just going to fall all over again sooner rather than later. Okay. These manifestation cycles are happening faster and faster and faster the higher our energy gets. Okay. We're not getting the choice anymore to go backwards. And those that you see going backwards usually are not long for this world. Okay. Just because they're not able to level themselves up enough to continue being here. So you're going to see a lot of loss. It's going to happen. There's a lot of natural disasters going on. These are a culmination of collective energies. Okay. What you expect manifests. But it's not times 3 anymore. It's times 10. So whatever shit you're dishing out is going to come back to you times 10 until you deal with it and let it go. All right. Let's. I can't decide what cards I'm going to pull out. Let's get a couple out of this Divine Doors deck, and then I'll pull some keyword cards out of the Starseed deck, just because I feel a lot of activations are happening right now, and it might be beneficial to have some keywords to use in that mindfulness practice, okay? Right? Okay. These are the doors we get, all right? This one is the hummingbird song. Okay, it says, nectar of sweetness and joy it brings, the hummingbird's healing, as medicine it sings. Okay, this is very much about our vibration. So make sure you are conscious about where your energy is vibrating. Okay, if you're being a bitch, chances are more bitchiness is going to come your way. So try to take the high road, vent it out however you have to do it, and then let it go. But don't hang on to that shit anymore. Okay. If you're triggered, be triggered and then move on. All right. It gets easier and easier the more you do it. But try to maintain your vibration at the place you want to see things coming to you. Okay. You can't ask your greatest dreams to manifest in your shitty life. It's not going to happen. All right. And then bless your space. Okay. says your sacred space holds the soul to bear. Palo Santo, our sage, will clear the air. All right. So when you're feeling all of that, make sure you're doing proper cleansing rituals too, as well. Okay. It's going to be super, super important. There's been a lot of built up energy, and it's been really hard for a lot of people to clear it out. So definitely use the tools that are available to you. Smudging's a great one. Salt baths, another great one. Stand in the freaking rain with your feet in the grass, another great one. Okay. It doesn't matter what works for you. Okay. There's no one size fits all for any of this. And I think that's where a lot of people really get stuck. They expect their leveling up process to look like someone else's. Okay, your process is not going to look like mine, just like mine does not look like yours. We all have our own baggage that we need to drop. We all have our own demons we need to exercise. Okay. And it's happening left, right, and center. So you can either take apart and create, or you can react to the shit that life is throwing at you from the vibration that you're sitting in. Okay. But you'll have no one else to blame after this. Okay. The shitter get off the pot reference that Angel Fish made is for real. Okay. We've been preparing for this for a long, long time. It's not a surprise to any of us that this is happening. And in fact, it's going to start happening faster and faster and faster because the entirety of creation is leveling up. So you can level up with it, or you can level out. You pick. Hello, Gary. Welcome. Let's dive into a little bit of a lighter note. We'll pull out the affirmators, okay? Let's see what they have to add. And then I'll pull some crystal cards for everyone, not individually, but collectively. I am taking clients again, though. If you would like to schedule a session with me, hit me up via the usual channels. All right. Nice. Welcome from Omaha, Nebraska. Patience. I know it's hard. I know it sucks. And I know a lot of us are real short on patience. But have it. Own it. Live it. Breathe it. Remind yourself of it. Sometimes every minute. But we're being given that gift, okay? The card says, congratulations, you've been granted more patience, Magic Tribe. You may start using it right away or much, much later. Waiting a long time is the sort of option now afforded to us by greater patience. Okay? Being given that option to step outside of what is happening and look at it from a third perspective, sources, loves, is a superpower. And it's one you all possess. You don't need me to show it to you, okay? Let's get the... Aw, cute. Weren't we just talking about this? You can't make this shit up, guys. Manifestation, all right? It's happening faster and faster. So if you could have anything you wanted, what would it be? Get specific and get greedy, my friends, because we're holding magic wands right now, and we can conjure up anything we want. And could it be that when you declare your wishes out loud, you're actually casting a spell for your dreams to come true? Or is it just that in a very practical sense, the more people you speak with about your desires, the more folks there are who know what you want and might have the means to help you make them happen? Hence the talking to people about the shit that's going on. Okay? Either way, stop waiting and start manifesting. You don't have to necessarily use that word if you don't want to, right? So, That's 2 bonus cards out of this deck. There's only 10 in here. One more. There we go. Which leads us to our final message. Follow your heart, my loves. Okay. We need to not look look at all of this in a rational, logical way. There is nothing rational or logical about Pisces energy. It's all emotion. We are hip deep in it. Okay. So unless you want to sink neck deep, treat it like the quicksand that it is. All right. Feel it, heal it, leave it. And it really is that simple. Okay. We overcomplicate everything as humans. Follow your heart, because we're always rewarded when we follow our heart. We're going to trust that the GPS in our heart knows all of the best routes. And when it seems like it's taking too long to get where we want, we know that that's because there's some cool, weird stuff to see along the way, right? And that's where patience in our manifestation happens. Shit is always darkest, literally right before the dawn. Okay, so if shit is going south for you, it means that shit is about to go really, really right for you. So take it as a compliment that the universe has your back in this and all things. All right. The only other thing I want you guys to really keep in mind is your intuition right now is not going to lead you astray. Okay. You're being given messages and signs and symbols that are relevant to you to get you from point A to point B. All right. And then from point B to point C, on and on through the alphabet of life's plan. Okay. Make sure you are in a space where you can be receptive of those energies. All right. Indeed, angelfish. All right, my loves, that is going to be it for today. If you would like to schedule a session, make sure you hit me up via the email in the About section on the channel or Facebook or however you normally connect with me. I know I love you beyond measure, and we're all going to get through this. It may be a little bit ugly, but we're going to get through it and all be bright and shinier on the other end. All right? So be good and be good at it. And I'll see you all again soon. Bye now.